Someone wants to join. Let's see.
Yeah, I suppose that it's maybe Sebastian from AquaNow. Let us check.
Hey, Sebi.
Hey there. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. My bad.
Hi. How are you? You just joined in the perfect time. Actually, we're having an introduction of VCs, so yeah, just putting you on the spot right now. But if you just want to give us some more information regarding your current thesis, what are you doing with your fund? Are you leading? Are you co-investing? Co-leading? And yeah, would love to hear some input from your side as well. Yeah, maybe he can't hear us. Okay, so let's just.
No, I can hear you. Sorry about that.
Perfect.
I was on mute. So yeah, happy to share. So I work at AquaNow. I work for the investment team there, and the parent company AquaNow provides trading and payments infrastructure, or APIs, for like traditional financial services businesses that want to enable crypto on their platforms. So like a real quick example I like to give is, say for example, you're a robo-advisor, and your customers can buy and sell like ETFs and stocks on your platform, and you want them to be able to buy or sell Bitcoin, then AquaNow has APIs and different levels of service to help you do that. So that's the parent company, but I work for the investment team. There we have two funds. One is early stage investments, where we write checks at the pre-seed and seed level. We've got a portfolio of about 28 companies now. Still have some room in that fund to keep deploying. There we typically focus on three verticals, like infrastructure, data and analytics, and then compliance or compliant technologies. That last one's always not super exciting for some people, but we kind of think that's kind of part of the path forward. On infrastructure, it's not like L1s and L2s. It's more like, SaaS or dev tools, or like, roll-ups as a service, that kind of stuff like that. We also have another fund, which I'll just mention quickly because I know we're probably pressed for time, is like a digital yield fund. So it's a combination of over collateralized lending or like private credit with some DeFi stuff in there too. So yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
thanks so much for joining us today. Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Okay, let's move to the good stuff and the pitches from our founders. Let me give the stage first to the Dexodus team and Alvaro, that will be pitching us.
Yeah, amazing, Jonas. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, just a friendly reminder to all the guys pitching today that you have 5 minutes for your pitch, and please share your screen and show your pitch deck. So yeah, let's hear the good stuff.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, let me share the screen. I think you should be seeing it now.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, yeah. So thank you for the opportunity to pitch here, and also good to meet other people in the space and also know other projects. So yeah, my name is Alvaro. I'm co-founder and CTO of Dexodus, and we are building a perpetual DEX with a truly gamified trading experience. So before diving into our project, I would like to introduce the team that is making this possible. So we are a diverse group with a strong technical background, and outside of cybersecurity, each of us has different specializations. Our journey began a couple of years ago when we met during our master program in blockchain technology. And also interesting fact is that we started building this project at an Ethereum Global Hackathon, where we won several prizes. Also significant part of the team comes from Halborn, a well-known blockchain security firm, where between us we have audited more than 70 Web3 protocols, the majority of them in DeFi. And now let me take you through what we have built and why are we doing it. So in the last couple of years, perpetual DEX have become more popular, but their TVL still only represents 2% of their centralized counterpart, while the centralized spot trading has 4 times that. So this means that there is a huge potential market for this product, but we need to solve a few issues first if we want to reach as much people as possible. So the gas fees are still comparatively high for small transactions. There is a never-ending amount of transactions to sign. Most platforms still suffer significant delays with market data. And then there is the fact that risk management is even more challenging due to complexity of blockchain technology. So to solve all these complications, we have built the optimal user experience. First, gasless transactions, so that everyone pays a competitive and fair fee. We also have one-click trading, so that users sign once, specify an expiration date for their login, and they can go on trading without interruptions. Third, a customized copy trading experience, so that hobbyists in the space can rely on more experienced traders to develop their strategies for them. We'll be including non-crypto markets like Forex and real-world assets. And finally, an intuitive gamified user experience that will help to boost retention. That was for the user experience, but we have also built the optimal backend to support it. So we will be leveraging Uniswap version 4 pools to provide concentrated liquidity. We draw on the fastest market data available, which is powered by Chainlink data streams. Also considering that we have experience working as a smart contract auditors in the past, we have been developing with security in mind from minute one. And it will be compatible with multiple chains, so we can bring the app to as much people as possible. Now, one of our key points is that to transform trading and improve user engagement, we have developed a unique gamified trading experience. Our leagues, it's a feature that will allow traders to engage in competition and gain a strategic boost. We have introduced rakebacks where traders are incentivized to return and trade daily on the platform to reclaim part of the fees. This not only boosts engagement, but also rewards consistent activity. We will have exciting battles where traders select a team and then contribute to their team just by trading. These battles create a sense of community and teamwork, making trading more interactive. And finally, 5% of daily trading fees are allocated into a jackpot for a lucky trader. So this creates another opportunity for them to win, and also it's adding an extra layer of excitement. So if we compare the product to competitors out there, you can see that none of our biggest competitors have the level of gamification that we are offering. We're connecting with a different audience by attracting retail traders with a platform that provides more friendly and fun environment, and which also appeals to that DGen style trader, that it's a profile that we have here in the Web3 space. And our marketing and visual branding are designed to engage with this audience. But we also ensure that the technology meets the high demands that a perpetual DEX needs. So let's talk about how it's going and what is the strategy for the near future. Our waitlist that was up for 2 weeks attracted nearly 30,000 members that became part of our community on both Twitter and Discord. For the testnet that has been running for 2 months, we have around 20K unique traders that interacted with the protocol. And we're working on upcoming partnerships with Bioeconomy, Chainlink, and Alchemy, and we're being accelerated by InMind. For the go-to-market strategy, we are not reinventing the wheel. It's based on what has been known to work in the space. So we're launching a referral program, a Galaxy campaign. We're targeting influential traders communities and KOLs. And we have this gamified experience that will help to boost retention. For the roadmap, I won't get into too much detail, but just for a quick overview. In Q2, we're focused on the development for the final version that will go to mainnet. In Q3, we will have the mainnet launch, and just after that, the TGE. And Q4, it will take place our airdrop campaign, and we also add a couple of new features, including restaking mechanics. For the token, it will mostly be used to stake, and in return, you can earn rewards and a share of the fees of the protocol. It's also going to be used to participate in leagues and the different gamification mechanics, also as the copy trading feature. And it will be used to participate in the voting process when the governance systems goes live. About the tokenomics, I'm not going to enter into too much detail now, but there is a link on the top to see the full detail. And this brings us to why we are here today. So we're starting our pre-seed round. We're looking to raise $800,000 for a whole year runaway. And it will mostly be used to prepare everything for the launch on mainnet and bring our marketing to the next level. And yeah, that's it. Let us know if you have any questions, or if you want to stay in touch, we will be dropping our Telegram handles on the chat.
Thank you, Alvaro, so much for pitching. Great work so far, great progress, and the valuation also is great. So yeah, would love to hear some feedback and some questions from our investors today.
I can start off.
Perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, like I mean, it's interesting. I have to say, like at first, my initial response was, I'm like, oh man, we're like another Dex, like here we go. But I will say, like, it's kind of cool. I think the gamification is a bit of a differentiating factor, and you do have some decent traction. It looks like. So like, how do you? If we take the idea that financial services kind of seem to like trend to oligopolies over time, right? Like if you look at like financial sector, like it ends up having like big giants at the top, and some of these guys already have a little bit of a head start. Crypto's early overall though, I guess. So but like how do you feel like coming up against like some of these pretty well established brands like Uniswap or uh uh I guess it's an aggregator, but Jupiter on like Solana or whatever else, right? So just kind of curious about how you guys feel about that. Like I know you've got some differentiating factors, but these guys are pretty big and have a head start. So how do you like what gives you the conviction that you're going to be able to beat them?
Okay, so yeah, first of all, oh, I'm listening to myself. Okay, no, it's good now. Yeah, so first of all, I think the main thing is that we are targeting another audience. So most of these platforms, and specifically perpetual decks that are now on the market, they aim to look like very professional and aim for more professional traders, which is not where we are going. So totally different audience, and yeah, as I said, having this let's say degen style, that is something that it's very Web3 specific, but I think that will help us to differentiate. And yeah, that's like the main thing that I think it allow us to have a share of the market. I don't know if maybe my colleagues want to add something.
Yeah, I would like to add different things. First of all, I really think that most of the dexes and the perp dexes are not connecting with the audience as we do. Maybe Jupiter are doing a great job in the sense. So maybe they are the unique protocol that really connects with the audience. And also, I think that there's a really big room for more players, and the revenue, it would be really nice, even if we are not the top ones that we are aiming to be, right? So these are different things that we think. And yes, I think that applying gamification, it could really compete with the big people, and attracting the masses would be a huge thing.
Perfect.
Sorry, I was on mute there.
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
But no, I think I like I don't disagree. I could see like a situation where you have like some young people hanging out together or whatever else, and just like popping over the perp decks and then using some of the gamification methods. And I actually do think that like the pot kind of thing is plays into a lot of important I think the prize fits with this kind of like financial nihilism that we're seeing a little bit here. Do you guys have any plans to bring like something a little bit maybe like a poly market, or like factor in some sort of like real life activities or whatever else in there as well? Or was it just going to be like already existing trading tokens, or like can you do synthetic assets? Just kind of curious about maybe like other ways to bring people on.
Yeah, we would like. Do you mean in terms of which markets we will have in the future? Like if there's just crypto or also commodities or something, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like to bring commodities, for example, with partnering with projects that has, for example, for Paxos for gold, and also we would like to have trading in oil and different commodities, and it would be also really nice. And we would like to go to real world assets too. So yes, we are exploring how to expand in different markets in the future, and also forex. So yes, 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, just a real quick question. What do you guys have any targeted launch pads or exchanges that you're shooting for? Given that's coming up in the next couple of months, I guess, your token launch. What's your strategy there?
Yeah, we are talking with different launchpads. We are talking with DAO Maker. We're talking with different medium size launchpads, and we want our target is Polka Starter and Seedify. So yes, this would be the best launchpads for us.
Right, and you're in talks with them now?
It's 2%. It's less than 500K, 400K.
No, you're in talks with Polka Starter and Seedify as well currently.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
You're currently in talks with Polka Starter and Seedify as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, with Polka Starter we are in contact, and with Seedify we are going to be. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And
Do you have
about
a
centralized.
market maker yet? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Peter. I think you asked about centralized exchange, maybe. So
No, I have them in a group. I can ask them direct. That's okay.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that we were on. We have confirmed offer from Mexi, and we are doing the process with Gate too.
Oh, great. All right.
Yeah. So in terms of market makers that I think that you asked too, we are talking with different kind of market makers and trying to find the best strategy. So yeah, once we raise the seed, we can commit better with different market makers, because now without any investment, it's easier for us to go with long kind of market makers, but it won't be the best option. So with this valuation and with investing, we can find the best possible market makers. We are talking with market labs, with Skynet, and yeah, different ones.
More money equals more options. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, thank you very much, the Dexodus team and our dear VCs for questions and feedback. So yeah, Ioannis.
So yeah, let's move to our second project today, which is XYRO. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. And Vlad, the founder. Hi, Vlad.
Hello. Nice to be here. Nice to meet you all.
Great. So yeah, let's proceed with the pitch.
1 second, let me share my screen. So let me introduce myself. My name is Vlad. I'm a full-time entrepreneur based in Dubai. I've been over than 7 years in this entrepreneurial activity. Started with building traditional businesses and got introduced to crypto late 2017. Used to trade at some point of life, even day traded. Used to invest here and there. And half a year ago, I got the idea of the project called XYRO. That's what we're building right now with my team. We call it the world's first gamified social trading platform. What we're doing at XYRO are leveraging the power of gamification to make crypto and participation in Web3 space easier, more accessible, and attractive for everyone. How I got that idea of the project? I noticed that lots of people want to touch crypto somehow, to participate in the Web3 space, but they find it complicated. They find all the mechanics of taxes, DEX is complicated, and just overall people don't want to waste too much money and time on learning what crypto is. So the same moment I got the solution in my head, why not to build a platform that will be this unique combination of gaming features and social features, and just a platform that will become a unique meeting point for gamify and socialify for everyone in a space to treat cryptocurrency playfully. And the treat cryptocurrency playfully is our slogan. At XYRO, we're aiming to create this incredibly user-friendly and enjoyable experience for everyone, not just for the OGs, for the experienced guys, but also for the newcomers in the space. At this point of time, we have developed 4 unique gaming modes. Since I know that some projects are going testnets and like early mainnets with one game mode or only one killing feature, we decided why to stop on one. And at this point of time, we have 4 of them developed. What unites all our game modes is their PvP nature. So all of the users are competing against each other, team on team. In crypto gamified modes, no one is playing against us as against the platform. At this point, I'll show you Figma to give you a brief idea of what our game modes look like. Here you can find the first one is called 1 versus 1. In this one, you can have your crypto duel. You can make your game private and you can send it to your friend in Telegram, Discord, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, any social network, or you can make it public. It will just appear in open games on the platform. Second one is called Up-Down. In Up-Down, you're playing not one-on-one, but you're playing team-on-team in a short period of time on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or top 20 coins on CoinMarketCap. A third game mode is called Bullseye. To be honest with you, this is my favorite so far. In this one, you're playing alone against a team, a bunch of other guys who are also playing alone. Let's say you have a time frame of 10 minutes and you have 1 minute time to take a guess what will be the exact price of the Bitcoin in the given time frame. First place, second place, third place, winning lots of money, splitting the pool. Fourth game mode that we developed is called Setups. From this game mode, all the platform eventually started. In this game mode, you as a trader, influencer, KOL have an opportunity to publish your trading idea on our platform, and all our community, your community, will have opportunity to participate in your trading idea just in one click. But that's not like a boring copy trading. Here you have two options. Either you will say that you agree with the idea and you feel like it's going to be take profit, or you feel like it's going to be a fail and it's going to be stop loss. Two teams are competing one against each other, of course, under the influencer who is getting commission for every guy joined. All the game modes are built and powered on smart contracts. We're building on Arbitrum with the prices by Chainlink. We're partnering, our main partner, strategic partner is Chainlink, who are providing us with their data streams, the most transparent and fair prices in the space. And I must say that we're the first project that they're giving this data streams, not DEXs, because we're not DEX. And of course, all of it with FAQs, tutorials, as I'm also really big on this platform, not in just like a fun term, but also in an educational purpose. I can feel that it can become a starting point for many guys. Say you don't want to trade alone like on Sexes, you can just jump on XYRO with our weekly ratings, monthly leaderboards, global chats, achievements, whole bunch of social features, and get better in crypto. Coming back to the pitch deck, I must say that we have 12 people in-house full-time, mostly based in Dubai. Excellent team, twice in a row won Web3 international hackathons. Our partners are EC, as that's my twin brother's project, and EC is helping XYRO with full incubation. Chainlink, as I said, Alchemy, Third Web, Arbitrum, lots of other great partners and strategical partners and projects. Our traction, we're doing great. In just 1 month and a half, we managed to get more than 200,000 community members overall in our social media. Most valuable traction is our users and unique visitors on the platform. We just crossed 85,000 unique visitors and users in just 2 weeks of our testing phase testnet. And yes, just getting bigger and bigger every day, and that's without announcing and mentioning any partners and any backers yet. We're only planning to start doing this week and next week. In terms of our fundraising, I must say that we're also doing great. We successfully closed our seed round with investments by Odiana Ventures, EC, angel investors from C-level of Ton Foundation, Near Protocol. At this point of time, we're successfully filling our private round and managing interest. It's led by Animoca Brands and Castrum Capital, and we already have such a prominent backers on board as Contango Digital Assets, New Tribe Capital, Covey Finance, who are also advising us, BlockX, NXGen, AWAH, Tela VC, Carbon Ventures, and lots of others. Our cap table looks beautiful, and many valuable angels and VCs already on board. I guess that's it, yeah.
Thank you, Vlad. Thanks a lot. Would love to hear some questions, some feedback from the investors. XYRO is a lovely project with great traction so far and great progress. So yeah, would love to see some interest and some feedback.
Oh yeah, we see Sebastian. Yeah, go ahead.
No, sweet. Okay, yeah, happy to. This one's really cool. I gotta tell you, like we don't do a lot of DeFi investing. I'm obviously like a bit of a degen myself if I'm in the space, but this one's pretty neat. So I gotta say it's quite neat on the gamification side of things, and having some some embedded games and kind of almost taking a more honest approach to trading. It's kind of what we're doing anyways, right? It's kind of all a game. But okay, so maybe digging into the traction, like like what sorry if I missed this at the end there, I was just got distracted on something, but like can you talk a little bit about like where you're at now, like people can use the app live, it's traction and all that kind of stuff like that?
Yes, so we launched our beta testing phase 1 around 3 weeks ago. It went pretty successfully, and now on last Friday, we started our proper testnet where all the games are on smart contracts already, on Arbitrum, powered by Chainlink. So we have already 80,000 plus unique visitors and users on the platform, and 200,000 community members overall in our socials. More than 500,000 games was closed successfully in just 2.5 weeks of our beta. So yes, doing great numbers, and I feel that these numbers will just go up significantly after our announcements of partners and backers, since we're planning to do it just in the upcoming weeks.
Did you guys do the Chainlink build project or program?
No, we haven't, because we started talking with the Chainlink not a long time ago. We met in Dubai, actually. The guys really enjoyed the idea, and we're on constant connect, doing things. And yeah, the guys are helping us a lot. We're in touch. So yeah, we consider Chainlink as our one of the biggest strategical partners.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. And then any plans to, maybe expand, like, I mean, Arbitrum's probably where I would start to be honest with you, but like, we see some pretty interesting activity on base. So like any thoughts of moving, I don't know how hard it is to go from Arbitrum to the OP stack, but just kind of curious.
Yeah, I would say our project is for everyone. It's not for just the Arbitrum-based users. We're expanding, and I'm sure we will expand to different blockchains. So far, it will be just Arbitrum, but to give you a better idea of what I want all of this to expand is further, not just to gamified platform, but into gamified infrastructure. So with these 4 unique game modes, we're just showcasing what us as XYRO and that the platform is capable of with our vibrant and excellent community, our price feeds from Chainlink, our game modes, and I want to invite different game developers and studios to publish their crypto-based game modes on our platform. This will also open for us for our revenue streams and for our token, and also just that's a great idea as for me. Plus, we're also planning to add in such game modes as 1 versus 1, real world events. We're currently thinking how can we tokenize them, and we have a talk with Chainlink. So yeah, it's something also that we're having in mind.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks, man. We'll follow up on the side. Appreciate it.
Would be glad
Hi,
to
Vlad.
ask.
Yeah, some really innovative stuff you guys are doing. Can you expand a little bit on token utilities?
Yes, for sure. I will bring out several. We have token utility white paper. I'd be glad to share it with you so you can like check it in details. Some of them are buy and burn. We will have a page on our platform where we're showcasing how we're buying token with our revenue and burning it. So it will be cool for the community to participate. Also, it's decreased commission, so you can participate in our game modes in USDT, and you have slightly higher commission rather than if you will participate in games with XYRO token. Also, you will have cashback rakeback, so it will be hard to lose a lot on our platform if you're holding XYRO token and participating with games a lot. You will have constant cashback with our token. Then we have XYRO boxes. We call them XYRO boxes. It's loot boxes. It's a loot boxes for the guys who are participating in our game modes constantly and have also our token holding. Then it's DAO. We're planning to have DAO on the platform, so the guys will who are holding our token and also actively participating will have this vote and say on the platform in terms of different updates and our future game modes. Then we have something like our utility NFTs, which we're also planning to make in Q4 after the mainnet and TG of our token. So yeah, many different utilities, but I'd be also glad to share the token white paper with you so we can check yourself.
Great, super helpful. And when are you targeting your listing? You're looking at end of Q3, maybe? No hurry. I mean,
yeah, we're fully approved by Gate. We're in final discussions with KuCoin. We're also targeting Bybit. In terms of the launch pads, we're targeting ChainGPT and EC, as that's my brother's project and my brother's launchpad. So yeah. Then in terms of listings, we're planning for late July, mid-August. Since I have quite a feeling that this summer, end of summer, will be all right for TG. If it won't, to make it cool for the investors, for everyone, and for us, of course, we will postpone it just a bit, maybe to Q4, something like this.
Great. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, Vlad.
Thank you very much, Vlad. Yeah, awesome project. Yeah, so right now we have the next one, NettyWorth, right? Ioannis and Julie. Right now we'll pitch at 6 a.m. time.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, we
All
see.
right. Perfect. You guys see my screen, right?
Yeah, all perfect.
All right, perfect. So just a quick introduction. My name is July. I'm a two-time founder and former fintech executive. I was actually offered the CEO position at my previous company. And basically, we built NettyWorth. NettyWorth is the first lending protocol that leverages data, wallet data with AI to match borrowers and lenders for digital and real-world assets. Again, two-time founder, multiple exits. The company has just recently announced 26 million in wallet value connected, over 4,800 monthly active users. We've already started generating revenue with 65,000 and already have $1.5 million in capital commitment from ventures such as Acacia, Blockchain Founders Fund, Rio Capital, Republic, angels like Gabby from YGG, and most recently, London Real Ventures also ended up joining. And again, we're raising 2 million on a 10 million post-save. So the problem with Web3 is that users struggle with a fragmented and manual loan experience. So again, think of NFT loans or DeFi in general, that the borrower and the lender need to find each other. So it's very challenging to even understand what assets people can borrow against that's sitting in their wallet. Also, again, the connection is very difficult, and this is a manual process. The solution is, again, our protocol using AI from the wallet data to match the borrowers and lenders. We create loan recommendations by scanning the wallets, and also lenders get loan recommendations and understanding potential earnings and also the borrower's loan history. And again, we increase liquidity by matchmaking the borrower and the lender. Why now? Because the global DeFi space is growing at a rapid rate, over 40%, and it represents a multi-billion-dollar market. Basically, over the last 10 months, we've experienced fast growth and trust within the community. We have NFT marketplaces, trading apps, also signing up for our protocol. One of the reasons that Gabby from YGG ended up investing in us and other Asian partners is because they plan to use our lending protocol for their gaming assets. So games will eventually use our infrastructure to create borrowing and lending opportunity for gaming assets and even other companies as well. So again, 4,800 monthly active users to 26 million in wallet. On our personal platform, we have 40% of users returning and again, generated revenue. We're targeting basically 15% of a $3.2 billion loan market next year. And most recently, I believe it was Cointelegraph, they just announced that the current market just hit $2.2 billion. And this is the team. Again, two-time founders with exits. Ivan was actually the CTO at my first startup before I was a fintech executive. Al has run a development agency for over 18 years. Sebastian's award-winning UX UI designer. And we also added some incredible advisors, Christian from Rio Capital, but very, very important, Triton. Triton is the CEO of Open World Fi. He's the third largest liquidity provider for all NFT loans and digital loans in the space, which is incredible. And also the biggest CryptoPunk collector. Our go-to-market strategy is very simple. We're targeting basically users 25 to 35 in the US and Asian market with income of over 100K and who own cryptocurrency. We do monthly rewards where they're gamified. So basically we might give away either NFTs or crypto if you refer friends. So it's very simple. But again, our main focus is partnering with Web3 apps that could potentially unlock liquidity for their users by using our protocol. And our competition is basically Arcade, MetaLink, NFTFi, and Floaty, but these are traditional loan marketplaces for digital and real-world assets. But again, what makes us different is basically we'll be multi-chain in the side of ETH, Base, and Bitcoin. And basically, we create loan recommendations. Again, we leverage financial data with AI to create new loan opportunities. How do we make money? We'll charge a 4% marketplace fee for each loan that we process. This gives you an idea of once we get to that 34,000 monthly active loans, where we could be at for the year. Now, this marketplace fee will end up being reduced to about 2% as more platforms are using our protocol. And basically, we're raising 2 million on the 10 million posts. These are some of our KPIs. Our loan marketplace should go live within the next month or so. Lending protocol will go in Q3. We do plan to have a token launch by Q4 of this year. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Eli. Yeah, awesome pitch, and I really like your project. So let me check if anybody would like to give a feedback or ask the questions. Just unmute your microphone and go ahead. By the way, I see that Stefan joined us from Freaks Capital. Hey, Steph, thank you very much for joining. Maybe you would like to ask something or give feedback. Okay.
I can jump in. So like these ones are tricky. We kind of like struggle, investing at this kind of, in these kind of marketplaces a little bit, because like, how do you foresee, like, I mean, you've got, a bit of a cold start problem. Some of, you can maybe, alleviate that with some token incentives or whatever else. But like, other than that, like, how do you pick the winner in something like this? Like, or like, how would you do it if you were an investor? It'd be like, oh, this is the one that's going to win for the following reasons, because like, it's very disparate. Different people are tapping into different, pools of RWAs or different, approaches, all that kind of stuff like that. So it's, it's the kind of thing where we've taken a position as a fund really, where it's like, we just kind of, we'll try to, jump in late or like, next cycle or something like that, but yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts. But that's just me being honest.
Yeah, so coming from fintech, I could tell you what we do is very differently, because we're scanning wallet data where, for instance, our competitors don't have data to do loans. So again, I need to find you, you need to find me. This is a very manual process. The reason that Triton ended up joining our board and coming in as an investor is because he's deploying $10 to $15 million a month, and he has to scan through these loans manually. So he doesn't get loan recommendations. He's not getting LTV recommendations. He's not getting APR recommendations. He has to just throw it in the air and wait for someone to either take the offer, accept it, or even find the actual asset that he could lend on. So again, in that side, it's a manual process. For us, because we come from the fintech side, again, with the wallet data, for instance, even Blockchain Founders Fund, they were like, hey, one of the most incredible things that you guys are doing at Netty is how you understand the crypto wallet, the NFTs that are being stored, and how you're able to unlock new opportunities. So to give you an idea, the space, this industry for anyone that's a VC, 12 months ago, the space just hit $1 billion. Today, the space is at 2.1, 2.2 billion. So that means it 100x, and we're still at the early phase of digital and real world assets. So for instance, if you look at competitors like NFT-Fi, who's doing about $300, $400 million in loans, it's a very small portion of the market that's actually borrowing against these assets. And for us, because we're building the infrastructure side, we believe that gaming assets, event tickets, being tokenized, even real world assets such as like Rolex, Chanel bags, etc. I think it's going to unlock an enormous amount of new capital for even traditional Web2 users and even gaming users, where our competitors, they're really just a marketplace. They're not really a protocol. I know they present as a protocol, but there's no one using their infrastructure for lending. So that's where I feel that what we're doing is different. If you're a game or you're a marketplace, et cetera, this is how they're contacting us. What all you want to do is be able to provide liquidity to your users. And because you understand that we scan your users' wallet data, we provide those loan recommendations. So very, very different in the side of how that infrastructure is being built, because we believe that the amount of lending transactions are not actually reflected because most people don't know what assets they could borrow against. That's why.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, like unlocking a marketplace where people didn't otherwise know it existed. What about like selling that data to like known marketplaces as well? Like is that an option or?
Yeah, that's coming. So one of the cool things is with NettyWorth is, right, so we started out where you connect your portfolio and we have all this data. And one of the things that we're doing is building NettyScore. NettyScore will basically sync into other protocols where we understand who defaulted on loans and who's paid off loans. So NettyWorth will start providing what we're calling asset verification. And basically a bank, someone that has maybe an apartment that they want to rent or anything like that, they'll be able to use the NettyWorth verification to get a NettyScore. And that's going to give people how much crypto do they own, how much assets they're holding on the blockchain with digital assets, and also if they recently defaulted on loans or not. And that, we think it's an enormous play into the financial data that all goes, because what we really believe is that we're providing financial solutions, and one of the big parts is going to be on the lending side, the portfolio, and then using that data to do more.
Yeah. If you could add like a layer of like, Sybil assurance or something like that on there too, I could see it being pretty popular or pretty valuable information for any kind of new launches or whatever else as well, right? Where it's like you could say, oh hey, here are users of a certain that we know are individuals or like single ass or single people, and then here are their scores. So you could curate groups of high value users for early protocols or whatever else, right? So pretty interesting. Yeah, cool, awesome, thanks, man.
Yeah, and I just want to add, even Mario Nawful just also invested in our project. Usually people pay him to be on Twitter and to showcase. Actually, his team reached out and said, hey, we want to be an early investor in NettyWorth, which is giving you an idea of like who's the type of folks that are also coming into the round. Obviously, Gabby from YGG, big investor in the gaming space. He believes, hey, the protocol, like this is it. This is what's different in the lending side that hasn't been traditionally offered.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steph, for questions, and for your awesome pitch. Maybe someone would like to ask. I suppose we have a time for one more question. Let me check.
All right, I'll jump in. I have a quick question. We backed Credora, which is more doing like institutional grade credit rating and stuff, and I could see you guys kind of scaling up in that direction. Are you using any kind of ZK technology for some of your putting the on-chain, off-chain stuff together without having to disclose, names and addresses and stuff? Is that something you see being integrated in the future with your protocol?
Yeah. I mean, it's something that we plan to definitely expand on and to look at. But yeah, we're very open to that.
Great. Well, really interesting what you're building. Yeah, I'll look forward to connecting with you later on Telegram and diving a little deeper. You covered most of my questions up front too. That's why I don't have any. You pretty much covered everything from backers to launch to scaling. So really well done. It's nice seeing someone prepared and confident and passionate about what you're building.
Thank you.
Yeah, Peter, thanks for your input. Okay, yeah, thank you very much again. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we move forward. The next speech is Volunteer team. Patrizio and one moment, let's see, Patrizio and Ricardo. So you can start sharing your screen. Okay, yeah, awesome. All good. So yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So everyone can see my screen all right, hey?
Yeah, perfect.
Great, perfect. So yeah, I'm Ricardo Spagni. I'm the founder of Wallet D. By way of background, I created and launched a cryptocurrency wallet for Monero in late 2014 called My Monero. Initially, it was a web wallet, and then in 2017, we launched mobile and desktop apps. Today, My Monero has 500,000 monthly active users and a long tail of millions of installs. Last year, we decided to build a brand new project, a multi-chain drop-in replacement for My Monero, but we found that there were no libraries or SDKs in existence that could help us build this wallet. Unsurprisingly, this means that every wallet in the crypto ecosystem is building in a silo. Even worse, some of them are using existing libraries that are chain specific or handle portions of wallet development, but then they're forced to re-engineer massive swaths of it, like key management or layer 2 support, aliasing systems, or other ancillary services like swaps or bridges. So this is a fractured developer experience that has led to massive engineering burden for anyone that's building a wallet or building wallet functionality into their PWA or banking app or mobile app or game. And by way of an example of the upshot of this, recently a Bitcoin-focused wallet called SBW, Simple Bitcoin Wallet, announced that they're dropping support for Lightning. And the announcement said that they no longer have the time or resources to keep the continuously evolving Lightning protocol up to date in SBW, which is pretty embarrassing. You're a Bitcoin wallet, you have one job. And if you can't even support Lightning, that just shows how broken this ecosystem is from a developer perspective. Not only that, but this fundamentally flawed developer ecosystem has led to extremely poor security engineering. And we've seen that. There's been a stream of wallet bugs and hacks over the last decade. So we're building Wallet D. It's a liberally licensed, security-focused, open source toolkit for building custodial and non-custodial digital wallets. It's the emergence of a new class of developer tools, the WDK, the Wallet Developer Kit. It's built in Rust. It has bindings for various programming languages. It can compile into WebAssembly. We've architected it in such a way that we're going to produce a Rust embedded variant, which means that eventually Wallet D will power hardware wallets or HSMs. In terms of our business model, we leverage ancillary service providers like onboarding and offboarding tools, swaps, and so on, who pay Wallet D a few basis points for every Wallet D powered transaction that uses their service. We currently have an early alpha out. We've closed a significant portion of our $4 million on $30 million post-money equity raise from our earliest and most passionate supporters, including Arrington Capital, Big Brain, MS2 Capital, and a number of angels. We've just opened our token round for SAFTs, and we're happy to share the tokenomics paper with interested investors. I'll also mention that safes in the equity round do come with token warrants. It's our fervent belief that within the next few years, Wallet D is going to be the only sane way to engineer a wallet, and it's going to allow builders to focus on the things that they do best: the user experience, unique features, and user acquisition. In terms of traction, we have a number of LOIs signed, 13 of them. We have 14 LOIs that are with legal awaiting signature, and a number of new soft commits as well. We have no direct competition, and there's no value in competing with Wallet D when anyone can just build a Wallet D module to add functionality that we don't want to add. In fact, services that provide things like wallets as a service or custodial service or hybrid custodial solutions aren't competitors with Wallet D. And if they're smart, they'll ultimately want to get rid of their tech debt-ridden core code bases and switch over to building on top of Wallet D. So in summary, Wallet D solves the challenges that all builders are facing if they want to build a dedicated wallet, they want to build a wallet into their progressive web app, they want to build a wallet into their banking app, their mobile app, or their game. It massively reduces the resources needed to build any crypto application that requires wallet functionality. It unifies the developer ecosystem, allowing for a fast emergence of standards through a universally accessible, liberally licensed, free, open source SDK. Wallet D is an extremely hard problem to solve, albeit a necessary one, and we've needed 9 years of experience building and operating a wallet with a huge consumer base in order to be uniquely positioned to build this. Happy to take any questions.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, Ricardo. So yeah, let me check. Yeah, who would like to give a feedback or ask the Wallet D team?
I just have a quick question. You had me at Arrington and Big Brain. We collaborate a lot and has a lot of credibility there. Have you had your security audits already? Where you?
No, so in an alpha, we like strongly encourage developers not to build on top of Wallet D and put it into the hands of a consumer for obvious reasons. You know, with our beta coming out in a few weeks, it's still too early to do security audits. Security audits are something that we sort of, you know, tail end. We have extensive experience with security audits obviously on my Monero and on other applications I've built. And all of our developers have an extremely strong focus on defensive programming, defense in depth, and, you know, strong interest in cryptography. We also work with some of the cryptographers that I previously had do things on Monero, because building this in a secure way is critical. And you can't just go and, you know, check on Stack Exchange for how to securely produce a CSPR, or how to securely use a CSPRNG. Like, there's ways of doing it that are modern and safe, and we're very familiar with that because we've had to do that on the consumer wallet side as well.
Mm-hmm. I can also see you really going deep into the hard wallet area. You know, they're really good with that, but not good with backend. So, and can you tell me a little more about token utility and launch strategy?
Yeah. 100%. So token utility is really fourfold. On the token utility side, the four areas that it focuses on, the first is it is a voting mechanism. Now, we're not a DAO. We're not planning on being a DAO. This project isn't suitable for being a DAO. But it allows stake token holders to vote on features and on prioritization. That's also like a massive source of data and a great indicator to upstream developers as to what features native token holders think are important. You know, what new chains should be prioritized. You know, what L2 should be prioritized. They see all of that voting data and they're able to pivot accordingly. The second thing is we have something called the Build to Earn program. Again, this is an open source project. I spent a lot of time as the lead maintainer on Monero, building a strong and passionate open source community. We plan on doing that year as well. And so the Build to Earn program is really about encouraging developers to pitch up, contribute to Wallet D, and they can earn tokens accordingly. The third is something called the Grow to Earn program. And that's really about rewarding developers who are building on top of Wallet D, whether they are existing projects that are porting their code base over to Wallet D, or they're a new project that doesn't have any developers. As long as they're, as long as it doesn't have any users, not developers. As long as they're willing to go to bat for us and do cross-marketing to developers. So go and advocate to developers for us, whether that takes the form of an integration paper, going on podcasts, speaking at conferences, whatever we see is useful, then they're able to earn tokens that are commensurate with their user base. So for new projects that have no revenue, you know, it's obviously like not a lot of tokens, but still it's great for them because they can earn tokens. And for existing projects that have large user bases, they can earn a much higher amount of tokens that they can use to offset the engineering costs attached with switching over to Wallet D for their core code. Obviously, like, they have a double incentive because over and above that, they're ultimately going to reduce their LOE and their resource costs, and that's advantageous to them. And then the fourth thing is we are going to build a unified backend. So when it comes to being able to connect to chains, get state, and so on, instead of having to use like Infura, Etherscan, Alchemy, run your own node, anything like that, Blockstream, you'll be able to use our unified backend that aggregates these services. And we're going to focus on providing 5 nines of uptime in order to ensure that developers can go for a single path without having to choose from multiple backend sources. And then they're able to stake tokens commensurate with their user base and reduce their per API call cost. So those are really the 4 primary functions of the token.
Great,
and
thanks
then
for the comprehensive.
you asked about sort of launch progress
strategy,
and so on. Yeah. So our TG is planned for Q4 2024. We have 3 market makers that we're lining up: Gotbit, Wintermute, CLS. And then in terms of listing, we've received Mexi's proposal, which we're evaluating, and Gate, we're receiving their proposal momentarily. And those are sort of the 2 that we're sort of evaluating. And then we also are talking to OKX, KuCoin, and Bybit from a sort of CEX listing perspective.
Great. And real quick, kind of a three-part question. What are your initial target projects? Are you going after like SocialFi, dApps, or DeFi protocols, or GameFi? Where do you see your initial customers?
Yeah, so our earliest customers, the ones that really extract the most value from building on top of Wallet D, are non-custodial wallets. So we're really close to teams like Exodus and Edge. And we're speaking to a number of other wallets. Koala Wallet signed an LOI already to build on top of Wallet D. And I think that they're going to be the earliest adopters because they literally have developers and engineers, mid-level engineers, whose sole job is to, it's actually like soul-crushingly depressing, is to sit and monitor IRC, Discord, Slack, mailing lists, GitHub to see when they're breaking changes. And so they can literally repurpose those developers and put them onto like doing cool stuff and building innovative features instead of like having that soul-sucking experience. And they'd be able to like massively reduce their resourcing. So they're going to be the earliest adopters, but we're also having some really interesting discussions with tier one game developers. Tier one game developers are not stupid. They have skunkworks departments. They know how to put assets on chain, but they struggle with the wallet side. They don't want to go custodial because of the regulatory burden. We've seen like massive regulatory waves recently with some games. And so they're interested in like, is it possible to do this in a non-custodial way on like a PS5 game? And what does that look like? So we're helping them think through that and looking at ways that we can really deploy Wallet D as an Unreal Engine plugin and stuff like that. So make it really easy for game developers to be able to bring in the next billion customers.
Super helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, Ricardo. Yeah, you elaborated a lot in your project. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. And we move forward for the last but not the least project for today, Virtual Dex. Welcome, Jose, CEO at Virtual Dex. So Jose, please share your screen. And yeah, we'll check your sound as well. Hey, Jose, are you with us? Okay, but
hello. Yes, I am.
oh yeah, we hear you. Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Everyone hear me?
Yeah, all good.
All right. I'm actually just going to go a cappella for the first part. Thank you for having me. Good to be here, everyone. I will try and make this brief as it's already been a little while for us. To just get into this, we are in the business of user experience at Virtual Dex. So we have a background of 2 years of building a technology called zero knowledge state channels. This technology is similar to the Lightning Network, is essentially responsible for creating channels that users can bundle transactions together, eliminating all gas, latency, and friction. So I am going to share a demo which I think is the best way to understand what this is capable of. So this is one of our partner protocols, Coachilli, and we've integrated our virtual rollup, which is this channel, into their protocol. And so the user flow goes from essentially being you open your wallet and fight for block space and pay for block space every transaction to one where you are essentially signing in to a session. And this is basically placing escrow on chain. This act of placing escrow on chain does take time, as we've seen, so it does still have that friction in the onboarding process. However, once I have entered the channel, I'm able to make an unlimited amount of zero gas, zero friction, and zero latency transactions, as you see here. And so what's actually happening in terms of verification is the user is storing and signing every single transaction, effectively acting as their own node in a two-user blockchain. So Coachilli, the client, acts as a node, and the user acts as a node. And this is self-validation of data for effectively the first time ever. even in blockchain, even in Ethereum, which has the most crypto economic security of any ledger ever created, there is no way for you to really verify your own transactions. Even if you run a node, you are verifying everyone else's transactions. This inherently runs the risk of state or non-state actors attempting to take down the protocol. Whereas in this scenario, you actually have yourself validating that data. We can now see all these transactions are closing here. And to finish out the user flow, once all the transactions finish and all the verifications are complete, even without the approval of Coachilli, I can take all of the proofs that have been created and finish my session by bundling them all together into a Schnorr signature and placing this on chain for the price of a normal transaction. And so you can see that to do these 6 bets would have taken 20 seconds each in block space. They would have occurred after I wanted to actually make my transaction. There's slippage involved, and there's paying, several cents in gas every time. It is not the ideal experience. Instead, now I can bundle all of this and finish my session all at once. So I'm not a huge pitch deck guy, but I'll go over some of the highlights from here. So, all right, let's see. We can all see this here.
Yeah.
Go over the highlights. This system allows us to offer two important things. Of course, being the highest prices and best price action of any DEX and the highest yield. We accomplish this through the elimination of gas latency and friction. So when you have less slippage, when you have cross-chain order flow, when you have no gas or MEV costs that are typically associated with every transaction. The joke is every time you buy on Uniswap, you're paying for Wintermute's lunch. That is true. And converting to a decentralized limit order book by essentially chain abstracting your balance. So you can see here the balance you have in the virtual rollup is different than the wallet in your balance. So by creating that abstraction, you're then able to have a decentralized limit order book, which is able to settle transactions quite efficiently. And the reason that we are able to offer the best prices is because we are able to support significantly less assets, powering the same amount of TVL. So as a perp DEX, we'll be able to do the same amount of TVL as DYDX Hyperliquid, which is around $800 million a day on around 500 million TVL. We'll be able to do that on 30 million TVL because we are able to form pools on much less capital, also supporting other types of assets, not just strictly stablecoins as forms of collateral. To give a bit of background on us as the team, we've closed our pre-seed round as of last year and are looking to launch the DEX in 1 month. A bit about the team. Personally, I dropped out of Yale to build virtual DEX full time. Also have a great team from Harvard, Composable Finance, and another half dozen great engineers. So that's pretty much all I have for you. And just want to thank InMind and the whole team for having me.
Thank you very much, Jose. Yeah, awesome pitch. Yeah, I like your approach. Just show your demo and so on. Yeah, looks great. So yeah, let me check if we have any questions or feedback. Yeah, I would love to hear you guys. Seb, Stefan, Peter, do you have any questions or feedback to Jose? Oh, and Jack, exactly.
I have a quick question. I don't want to hog too much time here, but how long does a session last? I mean, can I trade for an hour? And what happens if my Wi-Fi cuts out afterwards and I can't confirm on my wallet? How does that work on the user experience side?
Yes, great question. So if you are doing a trading session or some sort of game and just want to do it effectively in like one sitting session, then you can just play in the browser, no problem. Your internet can cut out, any of those things can happen. The only two things that can't happen, you can't lose your device during the session, of course, because with great power comes great responsibility. So controlling your own nodes is a great thing, but it comes with that friction. So if your phone falls into the river, that is your session gone. We can recover it for you because it's two parties. So as long as virtual DEX is not malicious, but of course that would not be trustless at that point. But in all likelihood, we still could recover it even in that scenario. If you want to play longer sessions, you can also download our extension, and that means the sessions will be infinitely long. But that's not required if you just want to do it for one day.
Great, thanks. Really innovative what you guys are doing. Really, really interesting. And
Yeah,
Thank you.
very much. So yeah, I suppose we have a time for one more question, and already.
I think Seb wanted to ask something.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's totally fine. No, it's all good. I can ask one, sure. Is the are like is it like are the trading engines and matching engines all on chain, or is it kind of like the DYDX approach with like having, you know, the trading engine still off chain?
So it's not on chain in the traditional sense. This is not occurring on Ethereum, BitLayer, Polygon, whatever chain you're on. This does occur on the virtual rollup, so that verification that's occurring in your browser, or if it's occurring in the extension side, we consider that to be a chain, a two-player, two-user, essentially ephemeral blockchain. So it lives on the Lightning Network equivalent. So it's up to your definition if you consider that a chain. What I can definitely tell you is that it is trustless because the user is involved in verification.
Gotcha. Okay. And then talk to me a little bit about how you got to the valuation. I'm just kind of curious about, like, you know, how you settled on 40 million.
Yes, so it's double the valuation of our last round. And considering at that point we did not have a team, product, or even a white paper, it makes sense to us. We're also looking at competitors in the ring. We consider that there is no one doing this technology exactly the same as us. There are other perpetual dexes that use more centralized approaches, like the dedicated Hyperliquid L1 chain. And they're able to rake in, like I mentioned, 800 million in volume, which can come out to 20 to 40,000 a day in pure profit. Obviously, a lot of that goes out to the liquidity providers. We're going to be able to generate, based on our fee schedule, around a third as much on a per capita basis. Of course, as we begin, we're going to be differentiating on fees as well. And so based on that, as well as the available TVL we have from BitLayer, so 350 million, we're going to be the only perpetual DEX and only the second DEX to access all that TVL, is the number we arrived for what we'd be making and doing basically 20 to 1 price to earnings.
Nice. And then on the virtual rollup, like if you're using that kind of like Lightning kind of architecture, is there like an opportunity to participate in like the validation there, or like how, or like the, you know, channel opening and that kind of thing like that? Is that like an income stream potential?
Yes, so we were focused on getting testing data by giving this tech out to projects like Coachella, but the overarching company is called Virtual Labs, and we have a whole site and Twitter you can check out. And that tech we do license out. A lot of it's for testing. We do eventually plan to monetize it, effectively bring it all into one ecosystem. So if you enter the virtual DEX, you can enter Coachella and the other 13, 14 projects we have integrated. And that basically create a completely zero gas, zero latency layer. And that'll be our next plans. But the way we'll monetize that, as well as the virtual DEX, will be a lot through the staking of tokens to enable this zero gas feature.
Dope. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jose. Thank you for joining us. Awesome pitch. And yeah, we almost finished. Thank you very much, Seb and Peter, for big contribution of our session today. And of course, we're so delighted to have so strong teams today with us. After the session, we would be happy to make all introduction you each other. So yeah, I suppose we can finish and hope to hear you soon. Yep.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, have a great rest of the
Bye-bye. Take care.
Everyone, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all
Bye.
to the founders for the hard work and for InMind for putting us all together. It was really informative.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much, guys. See you soon.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
everyone.
having me. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Time to get to those intros. Thanks again.